Pennsylvania couple was recently blessed with the opportunity to serve God. That's right, they've let their child die in pain rather than taking him to a doctor. Oh, I'm sorry, they've let their second child die in pain rather than taking him to a doctor. Their second child, are you fucking kidding me? These people are clearly not smart enough to raise children. Oh, the baby doesn't sleep in the oven? Well, how was I supposed to know? Fortunately, their remaining 7 children have been taken away from them. And do you want to know what happened after they killed their first child? You'd think they would have had their other kids taken away from them. No, they got probation. They got to keep their kids. Oh, no, don't kill your kids. That is very bad. We're going to give you another chance. Just don't go killing any more of your kids, okay? Just to put this into perspective, imagine that a couple had never fed their children, and when one of them dies, they say, oh, well, we thought the spirits would nourish them. Do you think anyone would have hesitated to take their kids away from them after they killed their first one that way?
Okay, if you wake up tomorrow morning thinking that saying a few Latin words over your pancakes is going to turn them into the body of Elvis Presley, okay, you have lost your mind. Okay. But if you think more or less the same thing about a cracker in the body of Jesus, you're just a Catholic.
And do you know what their pastor said after they were convicted of involuntary manslaughter for killing their first child? We're hurting now. That should not have been. That's not what we really wanted to hear. Not involuntary manslaughter. See, you don't understand. If I didn't want the outcome, then it's not my fault. I'm innocent. I mean, I only tied my kids to the fucking railroad tracks, but I didn't want them to be run over by a train. Don't look at me. But you know what? I'm going to cut these people some slack and propose a nice, fair punishment. I propose that we make them drink bleach. No, it's completely fair. Completely fair, not even a cruel punishment. It's unusual, but it's not cruel. Because if God really does heal people, and they really do believe it, this wouldn't be a punishment for them at all. They'd be like, oh, all we have to do is drink bleach? God can handle a little bleach. That's hardly a punishment at all. Or you know what? Actually, I got a better idea. How about we take them, put them out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean on a tiny little raft, so they can sit around, do nothing, and wait for God to save them. After all, in their church's statement of beliefs, it clearly says, we are to trust God in faith to control every situation, every person, and every issue we meet in the course of a day without trusting in or depending on any human power or plan to control these situations, persons, or issues.
Oh, magic conch shell, what do we need to do to get out of the kelp forest?
Nothing.
The shell has spoken!
Now, it's not just that these people are stupid. It's that they thought they had God on their side. They will not and did not yield on their beliefs. You do not give religious people like this probation. There is no reasonable expectation that they will follow the rules. If they are willing to sit around and watch their child die just to protect their beliefs, do you really think that any sort of state-imposed probation rule is going to override these beliefs? In fact, let's take another look at their church's statement of beliefs. Our life must be totally committed to God without compromise, and our will is to be His will in everything. This is the problem with living with these kinds of religious people. They think they have God on their side, and with God on their side, there is no room for compromise. It doesn't matter how many rules they break or how much suffering they cause. It's all about keeping God's word. These people do not live and let live. They live and let everyone else suffer and die.